Hello, everyone, and welcome to Prehistoric Man Does Things. Today, we are working on my browser based hacking simulation game called the Proxy State. Just started it, just kind of wanted to learn Svelte 5 and thought, well, what could I do that's cool? So, taking some inspiration from Uplink, which is a prehistoric hacking game, a fantastic game, and my favorite book, 1984. So, instead of telescreens like in 1984, we have a terminal. Um, You don't know in the game, you don't know who the government are, you don't know their names, you know you know nothing about them. All your job, all your government stuff, everything comes through a terminal. Now, the kind of twist I've done to it is the terminal is going to gaslight you. Um, so everything you have to do on the terminal, but you can't trust the terminal either. So I'll just show you. Excuse me. I'll just show you what I have at the moment. So just so you know, this is not going to be like a tutorial or anything. I'm literally just learning Svelte 5, so I may have to cut here and there. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't want to drag it on too long. So yeah, so it's not a tutorial. I don't have a script or anything. As you can probably tell, we're just going to wing it and have fun. So I'm going to log in to the terminal as Dave, Big Dave, and let's clear this for a moment. So this is what I have at the moment. As you can see, every time we run the command "who am I," the username changes until it completely corrupts. Um, what I want to do, so at the moment, the player's name is completely dependent on this "who am I" counter. It's just an arbitrary value, 0 to 5. I'm going to do away with that, and we're now going to implement a sort of an identity integrity. So the integrity value can be checked by lots of different things. Like if you're going to try and break into, if you're going to look at personnel files that you used to have access to, if your in identity integrity is lower than a certain value, you're going to be locked out. And then that's then hopefully then when as a player you'll start to notice that all your commands and what's here and there is going to sort of slowly degrade your integrity without you realizing it. Although there will be subtle hints like maybe your name changes slightly and whatnot. So let's get on with that. So as I said, at the moment, who am I is doing a lot of work. All this should be doing is literally telling the person who they are. So we're going to get rid of that. Um, so as I said, in here we are going to want a identity integrity. I love these runes, by the way. And this is fantastic. We just set a value, and then I think it's called reactive memory, reactive states. I'm not sure. This is amazing that we can just mutate this state from parts of the app really simply. So we will have identity integrity in there. Now we need a way to just degrade the identity. So it's not going to be arbitrary values like degrades 5 if you do this 10 this. We're kind of going to have like I suppose a dice rolling feature, not so just a random number generator to pick a number to decide whether you lose integrity. I'm not sure. So for now, let's just do like a force degradation. So it's force degrade. I'm going to need an amount. So what I'm going to say is this dot identity integrity is equal to math dot max value 0, and it will be this dot identity integrity minus the amount that we pass in. Okay. Yeah, that should do for now. So that said, I'm not gonna use this much. We'll just use it for testing for now and see the values update. So this, I probably should explain the structure. So we have a player store. This is going to store all the information for the player. Currently has a name and now an identity integrity. We have a government store. This is going to contain information about the government at the minute as a compliance level. Oh, so we have a threat level, which this is the player's threat level. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this out of here. So we're going to start breaking things. So we'll move that out of there and pop that in here for a moment. And then same with the color of the threat level. Actually, tell you what, before we do that, put that back in there. And if we change the threat level quickly, so it's a 3. And if you look over here, the active, this is basically just changing the color of the threat level. So the purpose is, so we have this threat level, which is going to be tied to in the player store. There a minute. Okay. So the player store and the government store feeds into the Gaslight store. The Gaslight store is the place where all the funky stuff happens. This is the gaslighting engine. So the values the user sees may not always be the values that are real. So at the moment I've got to build up on that. Again, I'm not sure how. We're just going to wing it. We are literally just winging it. So we need to update. So we've moved that to the player store now. So that can go in there. Player store. Okay. So the who am I? What else do we need to do? Oh, so the gaslight install. So the gaslight install at the minute. Yeah. So this is displaying the username, the player's name based on the current who am I counter, which we are actually going to get rid of. So what we actually need to do is rewrite this because we're now using a value of 0 to 100. So yeah. So let's change this because it's now I think we call this, yeah, let's change this to system name. And then we also need the integrity, identity integrity equal to the player store dot not active color dot the integrity. So what we're going to say is if the identity integrity is greater than or equals to 80, for now we will just return just return the person's real name for now. If I'll copy that greater than 60, let's return the system name. But what we wanted to start doing now is degrading the value, degrading the player's name. So what we're going to do is replace, let's replace so I think I had the vowels. Replace the vowels with question marks. Put question mark for now. Okay, and then if the integrity is greater than or equals to 40, let's replace all the values with tell you what, let's do that question marks. I think I did it that way, and that can be an underscore. Yeah. Then if the so this is my very first time ever making a YouTube video, by the way. So expect the unexpected. And hopefully you can see the text on the screen. I've kind of zoomed in. I have a ultra wide monitor, so I wasn't sure how it's going to display on YouTube and whatnot. So I've kind of zoomed everything in. If it goes off the bottom, I do apologize. I'll try and remember. So if it's greater than equals 20, so here, let's start now just returning something really weird. Let's just return citizen without a number. And we're going to need one more for 0 to 20. Let's just put system anomaly. only else if you have less. Wait a minute, 60, 40, 80, 60, 40, 20. Oh, that's going to be greater than 0. Yeah, 80, 60, 40, 20. Yeah, that should be right. So now what we just need to do is recreate this who am I command. So for now, last time it was checking the who am I value. Now all we want it to do is check the player name now. Return the designation, which is in the player dot just call it. Wait, what are we getting? So terrible memory. So excuse me, I have a memory like a fish. We're getting the player name. Yeah, so we're getting the player name. It's the Gaslight Star. That's why that's why I was getting confused. We're not reading from the Play Store, we're reading from the Gaslight Star. Right. The Gaslight Star dot player name, the bloody thing we've just written. Okay. So let's try this again. Let's put our threat level back to no, that's down in the Play Store, isn't it? 0. It's a 1 because okay. So now when we run who am I, we should now does it work? What are we doing? Oh, we're not degrading it, are we? We're just returning the name. One moment. So we need to yeah, we've got force degrade. Wow. So yeah, so we actually already created this too. So what we need to do in here is player star dot force degrade, and let's just degrade it by 20 for now. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, maybe I should have a script. Who knows? Who am I? You are nobody. I should be working, right? Who am I? Who am I? Oh. Oh. We're returning the Gaslight Store player name. This because I haven't saved it. Right, again. Who am I? There we go. Because I wasn't I didn't save it. Right. Ah. So this is what it's really like. It's not as clear as just doing things. Yes. Who am I? There we go. Who am I? And there we go. So what we have now done is cleared up the terminal. So it's now just who am I? It's just literally just returning the player name rather than calculating the player name based on the counter. So we're not going to do. So I will have the force degrade on certain actions, but what we're going to do is we kind of want to sort of add some randomness to it. So what we're going to do is random We just want an RNG for the degradation. So what do we call it? Random degrade? Random grade? Yeah, okay. And then we want a chance. Let's just start off at 10%. Yeah. And every time, so we're going to do this for the who am I. So there's a 10% chance it drops by, I know. Well, for now, let's just do 20 so we can actually, okay, well, let's change this. Yeah, let's leave it a low value so it doesn't change all the time, but we'll put a high value, amount value, so when it does change, we can actually see it update. So that's what I'm going to use this thing. So what we want to do, we want to randomize. So we need math.random, don't we? Because we're going to be, oh, I don't know if I'm doing there. So we want math.random. God, I've not used this for a while. It's less than the chance. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So because random is just a value between 0 and 1, isn't it? So we don't, yeah, so we can just, okay. Less than the chance. If math.random is less than the chance, 0.10% chance. Okay, let's try that again. I had a bit of a brain fart then. What do we call it? Random. What the hell did I just call it? Random degrade. Right, the chance, because we random is not on 1, 1. And let's just lower it by an amount of 20 so we can easily debug it and see what's happening. There we go. That's what I did last time. So if math dot max, no, random, so random is less than our chance. I messed up last time. There we. Why is that? What is my IDE doing when I press it? What's going on there? What am I pressing then? Okay. That was what happened last time. I must have accidentally caught something and it's put in a random stray semicolon. When you get used to typing with the IDE helping you so much, you don't realise when you. Okay, so identity, integrity, minus the amount. There we go. Wow, is that so hard? Okay, so what we want to do now is with this terminal engine, rather than force degrading it, we are going to so it's going to be player store dot random degrade, and we need 2 values in here. So the chance, yes, we said what 0.1 and 2. I suppose we could have just had, yeah. So we'll leave these as the default values. 20. Okay. Give this a refresh. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Not working. Oh yeah, because it's only a 10% chance, isn't it? Oh, let's put it. So let's try a 70% chance. Who am I? Who am I? There we go. Who am I? Who am I? Yeah, perfect. So let's jot that down, back down to 1. So the purpose is, as I said, for the user going to be typing away, player's going to be typing away doing things. and they're not going to realize their identity integrity is decreasing. Actually get the identity. Let's create an identity status. So based on the value, we can output a string value. So what we want to do is constant identity integrity is equal to player stored identity integrity. And then what we could do is just we could just literally just copy paste that, couldn't we? Put that in there. So if identity return, okay, so we want some values for this. So the status, let's put like verified. And then let's put stable. I like that word. Stable. Unverified, maybe. And then anomaly. Even a system anomaly, and then suppose this is greater than, yeah. Actually, so we just want this as greater than, don't we? So we want that's you know, that's what confused me. We want that's greater than, and then we want if it's 0, return. That's just basically game over. And then let's have the same return a critical, and then and game over for now. Yeah, so if your identity integrity, the status will be game over and the name will be game over. So for now, so because we are changing the identity integrity with the terminal at the moment, let's just pop that back up to a higher value. Let's try loading this. Oh, actually, we need to display it, don't we? So in the HUD, let us display. This is going to be integrity level. Integrity state. Integrity status. And this is going to be equal to the gaslight integrity identity status. There we go. Right, so because our current integrity status is 100, we've not done anything, we've verified. Although that probably doesn't need to show until later, but for now, let's just test it out. So as we run some commands and our integrity changes, pay attention to this up here. And this is fantastic with Svelte. And I think this is why Svelte is going to work really well with this game. So we want to run who am I? And we're going to wait until we degrade our integrity. Am I? There we go. So as I said, it's such a reactive framework. It's absolutely amazing. So there's going to be a lot of information for the player to pay attention to. If there's going to be lots of little details that you might start to notice. I'm really sorry I kind of waffled and I kind of brain farts. You're going to realize I'm not going to have any scripts because I can't be bothered with that. I forget a lot of stuff, literally like really quickly. So, but yeah, I think I've achieved what I wanted to do. We've moved the who am I counter out of the Gaslight store. That's I can't remember where we had it. Do we have it in the Gaslight store? Yeah, we had it in the Gaslight store. The terminal engine now is simply just displaying the information again from the Gaslight store. Remember, all the information for the UI is coming from the Gaslight store, the Gaslight engine. So we've reduced that down. The Player Store now holds the identity integrity. And we've got a random degradation. So yeah, so I think that concludes it. I will try and be a little bit more organized for the next one. Maybe I'll have some notes or something. Don't forget what I'm doing. But yeah, thanks a lot. Um, Bye.